Good morning, everyone. It is June 4th, 2009, and I think it's pretty much safe to say that the honeymoon phase of this internship is over, and the hard work is just beginning. It's not to say that I regret being here. I'm actually feeling productive for the first time in a while, and the fact that I am getting paid for what I do does make the going a little easier. But it's really hard to stay enthusiastic when you've been doing nothing but serving food and drinks to guests for the past week straight, and having only 1 or 2 days off. And it probably would make things a lot easier if he would give me a few more morning shifts every now and then, but somebody told me that pretty much college program cast members most of the time get night shifts because we're at the bottom rank. So we don't really get much priority as to what schedule we want. So yeah, I've been working night shifts pretty much every night since training, except for the past, except for 2 days, in which we just worked morning shift only because we needed to learn how to do morning shift. But other than that, I've just been closing, and I'll still be closing for the next week and a half. I don't know when that's going to change or if that's ever going to change. Well, where to begin? There have been 2 stands that I've been training at. The first one is called Refreshment Port. Basically, my previous assumption that I'd be serving either ice cream or churros was partially wrong. Refreshment Port is located right at the World Showcase courtyard, pretty close to Canada. And our main thing that we serve over there is chicken nuggets and fries. It used to be at McDonald's, but then recently McDonald's, their contract was over and they didn't, they decided not to renew it. But there's still a big McDonald's feel to it, and it's probably going to be I'm hoping that this is going to be the closest thing I'll ever do to working for McDonald's. So anyway, Refreshment Port, chicken nuggets and fries is their main thing, but pretty soon they're going to be adding chili dogs. Yeah, chili dogs and chili fries to their menu, which I guess is kind of a good thing. I'm not too big on that kind of food, but it's a big crowd pleaser, I guess. Also got some drinks, some form of ice cream, I guess. Unfortunately, the only ice cream they have is vanilla. Although they can mix it up with other stuff like Oreos and M&Ms, things like that. Really noisy, really crowded. That was the first place that I trained at. Second place I trained at was a place called Cool Post, located in the African Outpost section of the World Showcase. Get to wear these nifty-looking African outfits. Actually, I guess they would count as African. I don't know. It's normally each section of the World Showcase is represented by a specific country, but the African Outpost is the only place that represents more of a continent than a specific country. It's very generically African. I hope you Africans over there wouldn't be offended by that if you guys ever visited there. But rumor has it the reason why they didn't have a specific country for Africa in the World Showcase is because they pretty much have an entire theme park dedicated to Africa called Disney's Animal Kingdom. That's the rumor. I haven't even visited Animal Kingdom yet. But anyways, Cool Post is a lot smaller than Refreshment Port, but personally I actually like Cool Post better right now. Not only because it's smaller, but because there's less fried stuff. The only hot stuff that they serve over there is coffee and hot dogs. Other than that, it's mostly drinks and desserts. Like we've got a couple of sundaes. We have a lot of slushies, and I don't know why, but personally, I like serving dessert better than hot stuff. That's just me. People over there have been pretty nice so far. I've actually noticed that the higher up somebody is in management, the more enthusiastic and Disney attitude that they seem to have. Like, they're always talking about the Force Service basics and pretty much drilling it into everybody's heads. Understandable. But then I notice that as things get lower, the less enthusiastic people tend to get, and the less they really care about their jobs. Yeah, you get some of the fresh faces coming in who it's their first day of work and they want to make a good impression, but the people who have been there for a while but aren't quite up there, yeah, I think they've pretty much they've pretty much been defantasized about Disney World. I could be completely wrong about my assumption, but that's just something that I've noticed. So, anyways, it's morning, and I know this isn't nearly as fancy of a video as I posted up last week, but honestly, I really don't care, and I really don't have the time. I wish I had the time to post up a couple of photographs or some supporting shots, but it's just been really tiresome. And it's funny, I'm not normally a morning person, but lately I've actually been wishing that they would give me a morning shift, so that way I would at least have the evenings to myself, and I would feel like I had more time on my hands to relax. Not really the case here. Night shifts are, night shifts every now and then I wouldn't mind so much, but every single night that I work, and having only one day off out of 7 days, it's not. I think it's starting to take its toll on me, and I really need to figure out a system for not tiring myself out too much. And the fact that we have magic hours doesn't really help much either. For those of you who've never been to Disney World, magic hours are basically hours in which the parks are open later. In the case of Epcot, rather than being open until 9 o'clock, which is their usual time, they're open until midnight, which means the places in Epcot that are open until then, the people who work there have to stay until 1 o'clock in the morning, because they got to clean up and everything. And that's not pretty. Fortunately, we only have magic hours every other day or so. Well, actually, that's more unfortunately. You would think magic hours would happen less frequently, but not in this case. So, actually, I think I might have magic hours tomorrow. I'll have to double check my schedule. So, hopefully I'll be a little bit more awake next week when I'm doing this video, and hopefully things will be a little different. I know next week I'm gonna have Mondays off because I'll be starting my class in that's available in the Disney College program, but I'll have more details on that later. Right now it's just been training, and just yesterday, my partner and I had an assessment test, and hopefully today we'll see if I passed, and if not, then I'll just have to keep training in a specific area until I get it right. So hopefully that doesn't happen, and I get a break on Saturday, so I'll probably sleep in most of the time. We'll see. So I think that's about it. Hope you guys are having fun wherever you are. Hope you're more relaxed than I am. And actually, that sounds like I'm being tortured here when I'm really not. But still, hope you all are having fun. Miss you, and hope to talk to you soon.